Hello, dear friends. Today, I want us to talk about something very critical and very crucial. You know, when the Europeans came to our land, they came with a lot of deceit and lies. When our forefathers were venerating their ancestors, worshiping through them, they told us that that was barbaric, satanic, and backward. Only for them, several years later, to come and practice the same thing under what now they call venerating through the saints. I took my time to find out, or rather to just look at these things, particularly from my spirit of being an African historiographer. I just wanted to know how these people have been lying to us. Going through these platforms, I came across a very crucial letter from King Leopold II. He was a king of Belgium by that time. So, this King Leopold II of Belgium, he had written a certain letter to the priests, who were working in the Belgian Congo by that time. And in that letter, I'm just going to read an excerpt of that letter. In that letter it says, "Reverends, fathers, dear compatriots, the task that is given to fulfill is very delicate and requires much tact. You will go certainly to evangelize, but your evangelization must inspire, above all, Belgian interests. Your principal objective in our mission in the Congo is never to teach the niggers to know God. This they know already. They speak and submit to a Mungu, one in Zambi, one in Zakomba. And what else, I don't know. They know that to kill, to sleep with someone else's wife, to lie, and to insult is bad." I get at that point that as Leopold is writing to these priests in Congo, he is informing them that already wherever they are going, those people know about God. They know what's bad and what's right. So these people are going there for a mission. They are not just going there just to go and evangelize, as one writer or one commentator once said that it was the white man's burden to enlighten the Negro. The Negro now in this case being an African. But going through this letter, and in relation to our topic today, there's one part which I find very, very crucial and which actually caught my attention. It says, and I quote, "Teach the niggers to forget their heroes and to only adore only ours." Whom do you think these heroes they are speaking to? Or rather, who do you think these heroes they talk about? Who are they? These are our very, very same ancestors that we used to ask for help and assistance whenever our communities entered into any trouble. For example, I remember when we lacked rain, we went on the mountains and we spoke to our ancestors. We asked for their intervention. But now they are coming and telling us that these are evil, And to make this, what I'm talking about, to look like, rather to bring that out, that point, you have seen by yourself, and I've even put that on the screen, you have seen that they are saying, teach the niggers to forget their heroes and to only adore only. And I tend to think that this is where they really began to beat us. Because several years later, these same people who told us that we were worshiping true human beings, that now we were being satanic, we were being barbaric, we were backward, they have come, and in their doctrines, we have some denominations, particularly the Western Catholic Church and even the Orthodox Church, that's the Eastern Church, they venerate true saints. Now, I ask myself, who are these saints? Are they just creatures who fell from heaven? No. They're just human beings like us, who live like us. Only that they say that they now lived an exemplary life. What difference do they make from our ancestors? What difference do you think they make? Now, it's a time for us, the Negroes, or the Africans, to rise up, to decolonize our mind, and think about how we can have what we call social independence, the way our very good grandfather and our great founding father of the nation of Ghana, Dr. Osagyefo Kwame Nkrumah, said that we have gotten this independence, but it's a political independence. It will mean nothing unless we also acquire both economic and social independence. Many people may wonder why we are bringing up these topics now. It really has a big deal to make, because as one speaker, that's I think is a man from Kenya in Lowland by the name Professor Patrick Pielo Lumumba, he says that the mind is the standard of man, that we must decolonize the mind. When our mind will be free, and then we'll have a standard as the African world. Today, they are making progress whereby an African cannot sit in that table of civilization and proudly say that I also bring this contribution. Not that we don't know, but they just decided to suppress how we thought, how we did our things, and they brought theirs, but not with good intentions. You know, back in school you used to learn about comparative literature, whereby we have to borrow from other literatures of the world, you know. But there's what we used to call selective borrowing. For us, we didn't even do that. We didn't sieve to know what to borrow, what to accept. Only for them they came, and in fact, it's not even our fault that we didn't select. Some other speakers, some have said that when the Europeans came, they came with a Bible on the hand and a gun in the pocket. So in many cases, we were forced to accept this. And now it's time that we must put our energies together. We must come. We must revolt. We must find a way to ensure that we decolonize our mind. We are not saying that we run away from spirituality. You know, and by the way, as a matter of fact, there's a very big difference between religion and spirituality. So we must sit down as the Africans and think on what we can do to change this narrative, to begin to go back to our roots, because even our ancestors are now mad at us. They really feel offended by our actions of neglecting them for so many years. If we really want their support and assistance, it's now high time that we must stand up, defend them, and run to their help whenever we have problems. Thank you very much for listening to this video, and Let's meet in our next episode. Thank you.